if you're anything like me, you're a little bit ambitious and you want to be better. But I need to tell you something, bro. When you put in all those hours of work every day, you go to meditate, you go to the gym, you work super hard, you get good nights of sleep, you study super hard, you're not making as much progress as you think you could be. Because there's this thing called monk mode, and you're probably doing a version of it because you've seen all this culture online, all these videos saying, oh, they're not your real friends, don't hang out with them. There's all this advice on how to get rid of friends, but there's hardly any advice on how to make genuinely good friends. That is the problem, bro. Nobody is telling you how to make good friends, and so you're stuck in this endless loop of thinking the only way to be happier is to achieve more of your goals. But the truth is, even once you've achieved all of your goals, if you're lonely, it's not going to be worth it. And I know it's going to be easier to make friends when you're successful. But the truth is that 99% of people who are really dedicated to becoming successful, yeah, they can definitely become successful. I truly believe you can be successful in whatever you want in life. And my father is a great example of this. He works on exactly what he wants for his business. Like, I look up to him a lot. But one thing that I learned is that if you don't make time for your super close friends along the way, you fall off. That is one of the biggest meanings of life. If you don't have good company around you, you don't even work as hard. I remember when I moved across the world to Australia, I started working on my studies a lot because I always had really bad grades. And then something happened. I got great grades, yeah. But I lost my social skills entirely. I couldn't even speak to anybody. Although my external success went up because I was getting better grades, my internal success plummeted. I was at like an all-time low, genuinely rock bottom, hated my life so much. And this is not because I got good grades and goals don't matter. This is not because hitting my goals was the only thing I was happy with. But then I got put in this cycle where the only thing that would make me happier is achieving more and more goals. That's the only source of joy that I could get from my life. And there was no advice online on how to actually make good friends who I wanted, or no advice saying that making good friends could actually make you work harder. And so when I realized that if I just incorporate a couple of a good quality boys, so what, for example, my best friend, when I was in this locked in phase, on the weekends, I would spend like 2-3 hours calling him. And after those 2-3 hours, I would feel better for the end of the day. And it almost like, because I was so lonely and so down bad socially at this point, that was like the only thing that would fill up my bucket. And I realized that after a while, if I just incorporated real life friendships back into my life, like that's something that I struggled with, I built up, and then I lost again when I moved across the world. If I just rebuilt that, my source of joy would come back. Because I started to become a guy who was really proud of how well I could communicate. Really proud that I was a guy that people loved to be around. And so that's why I recommend to you, bro, don't do regular monk mode. Don't do this stuff where you're working super hard, this lone wolf, sigma male bullshit. It's really fucking stupid, bro. There's a reason why this is my niche. Because I know that, I'm a guy who wants to be extremely successful. I'm the guy who wants to achieve the best results in everything that I endeavor in. And I've achieved amazing results in things that I really cared about. I was a super skinny guy. I couldn't even bench the bar. And I've gone to like a good muscle. Like it's harder to see with the lighting, but I've got like a decent bit of gains coming through. I'm tall and like I've always been a lanky guy, but when I made progress in that, I was super happy. But the point that I'm making is that I really recommend that the best thing for your progress as your life, because in my opinion, the meaning of life is enjoying the passage of time, not enjoying short-term pleasures like drinking or like corn or junk food, these things that make you happy and depressed like 1 hour later. I'm saying enjoy the work you do. Enjoy the people you're around. Enjoy the day-to-day basis. Imagine if you could turn school into something you hate to something you love. Imagine if you could leave school and work on something you love instead that makes you money. Get a job that you actually enjoy. And so with all of this in mind, you might be wondering what the fucking point of this video was. And just to be clear, this video is completely off the dome. So it may not be as concise as the rest of my videos. but I wanted to make this video as like a rant style. And let me know in the comments if this is a good style, if you like actually watching these videos, or if I should stick to the storytelling or the storytelling plus rants. Point of this video, work hard on your social life, on your closest friends. I got a video from my boys in across the world a few days ago, and they were like sending a video saying like, Finn, you got to come back, we miss you. That meant 100 times more to me than, you know, lifting 1 kilo heavier in the gym. You work harder when you have good quality friends. Why don't you just put in the effort? Then you can actually enjoy the phases of life where you're working super hard.